Do we have a phone book Paul can sit on?
I look taller in every video than him.
Because he's, yeah.
Yeah, because you sit
He's further back.
6 inches closer.
Because he has longish legs, but his upper body is as big.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Well, today we got another topic on the books, and we're going to talk about shows that we think should not have ended when they did, for one reason or another. We're each going to come up with one, and then we want you to leave your show in the comments after you hear ours, and it can't be one of ours. So we're going to get into it right after this. All right, Paul. Well, this was your idea. I guess some viewers asked us what we thought, and what would be your show that should not have ended when it did? And tell us why.
I remember talking about this before, so maybe you heard me say this. Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
Freaks and Geeks was on for one season. Jason Segel and Seth Rogen. No, is it Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
Yeah. And James Franco. Like, these are all big stars now, even past the time where they're big stars. Like, they're on their careers on the downslide now. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, big-ish stars.
Yeah, but back then, they were up and coming, and this show was about a girl navigating through high school, and on one side, she wanted to be cool, like the freaks, and on the other side, she kind of identified with the geeks because she was smart. And it was so funny, so hilarious. Like, we couldn't wait to watch the next episode. And then, gone. One season. And I don't understand. Like, everybody online is saying, like, why did they stop this? Yeah. And there was no good reason. They just did. And that's a tragedy because it was epic. And if you can find it, it is worth it just to go watch that one season.
And you can pretend it's 2 seasons if you watch it twice.
Thanks for that input.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Although the second season does drag on a bit. It seems like you've watched it before.
Deja vu.
Very predictable.
I knew that was going to happen. Okay. All right, Mark, what's your show?
I think everybody knows my show is Star Trek The Next Generation. They went, I think they 9 seasons? 9 seasons, I believe it was.
Okay.
Yeah, eight or 9 seasons. Anyway, they were at the peak of their popularity.
Yeah, it was getting better and better.
Better and better. They had all the best storylines going on by these, this late in the game, and it was at its peak popularity. It had more fans than any other time, and it just stopped. Yeah. And I think it stopped because they wanted to do, other spin-off series for it and try to...
I think people, also the actors, wanted to... I don't want to be known as Data for the rest of my life.
And then what happened? Nothing.
What? Yeah, but they don't
for
think
the rest
that
of his
at the
career.
time. They don't think that.
But it's true. Whenever I see Brent Spiner, I think, there's
he's
Data.
Hey, look, he's in Independence Day.
Yeah. Oh, it's Data.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, sure, they're typecast, but they were typecast into something very successful.
It was an amazing show. Like, the first season, absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then Will Riker
got the beard,
and it became good.
Everything.
It became good after that. Suddenly, surprisingly.
So, yes, I'm a big Star Trek fan. But of all of the Star Treks, The Next Generation, I wish it was still going today.
Yeah.
What? You didn't like Picard?
Picard was garbage.
Well, stay tuned because season 2's coming.
I know.
They just they are filming it. All right. Mine, I'm going to go comedy, and I'm going to say Seinfeld. Because it was literally the #1 show on TV. It had surpassed Friends and was the #1 show on TV, period. Nothing was competing with it. And Jerry figured, I guess, that $100 million to do another season wasn't quite worth it for him.
He canceled the network. The network didn't cancel him. They wanted to keep going.
Yeah, he's the one who pulled out. But I mean, the characters that Seinfeld came up with, the show about nothing.
They were great.
I mean, to this day, George Costanza is my favorite all-time character of any TV show I've ever watched.
Wow.
Okay, that's another video.
Yeah, he's the lovable loser, right? No matter what he does, it never works out. Throwing the marble rye up to the top floor, the Master of My Domain episode, classic episodes. This show was I could not wait. And you know what? There's never been a night on TV since Friends and Seinfeld were back to back in the same night. Like, that was everybody stopped right across North America that night to watch TV.
Well, didn't they even have a term for it? Must-see TV Thursday or something like that?
And whatever they say must-see TV is now, it is nothing compared to what that was.
Well,
Now-
TV's gone now.
TV has changed since those
True,
days.
but I mean, name me other shows going back to back ever now that competes with that.
But now, Seinfeld, as good as it was, and it should not have stopped, ended with a really bad episode.
Yeah, well, like a lot of series. A lot of, like, Lost ended horribly. There's so many... Game of Thrones ended badly.
that was a whole season that was
You
bad.
know, now because they always try and wrap it up with all the different characters, right? So Seinfeld had the final episode of them being tried, and they brought in all the other characters and were introducing them, like, you're a very bad man, Jerry. Everyone knows who these people are. They were like to see them again. The episode was just very, very weak, right? Very, very weak. But the series on... I just mentioned it the other day to somebody who was over visiting, and I said, oh yeah, one of my favorite shows. I used to watch Seinfeld. Now that I own Seinfeld, I own all the episodes, I have to send them and let them borrow all my Seinfeld episodes because it brought back such fond memories. I got to watch that again. And so right away the next day they were bugging me to borrow the entire series. So it's in a lot of people's heads, and that is definitely should not have ended when it did, but I understand why. When you make millions and millions and millions of dollars, you don't need to work anymore.
I mean, when I am making millions, I don't want to continue working.
They went out at peak popularity. I understand the disappointment, but they were both on for a very long time. Star Trek and Seinfeld.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were you know.
Yeah, but it's like a guy, he's 24 years old, he just wins the Super Bowl, he says, okay, that's it,
done.
I'm not playing anymore. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. I have a bonus one. And I'm taking you back. Three's Company. I really enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, but once they got the different replacements for Chrissy, it wasn't the same as the first season with Suzanne Summers and everything. No, I disagree completely.
No, they brought in Terry. That was...
and the
Cindy
Ropers
and Terry,
disappeared, and they brought in Don Knotts. It was not the... You're remembering the first season more than you're remembering the season as a whole.
I watched it religiously. Like, that's one of those shows that we watched every day.
Yeah, I watched it, but it was definitely not near as good.
And then when they stopped and they went to things like Three's a Crowd and spin-offs, that's...
No, I'm going to disagree on that one.
Really?
Let us know in the comments down below if you disagree on it. Let
sure
us
you
know
don't.
for sure the show that you think ended when it shouldn't have. And it can't be any of the three we mentioned. It can be Three's Company. We'll let you do that one. See, I'm giving you rules. All right, that's TV series and shows that we think should not have ended. Let us know again, and until next time, I guess, we'll see you on the channel.